Alrighty guys, welcome back to another XDefiant video. Today is a bit more of a serious video because I want to be talking about the recent XDefiant drama. You might not be familiar with it because it's actually pretty low key, but if you don't know who Nytefall is, majority of my community knows who he is because we actually share a good chunk of our viewers, from what I've seen at least. But I don't know what he does. He has a lot of these videos where he debunks the attachments. He just goes through the updates and things like that. But the main one that I'm looking at here today is that in this last week he has been talking about how smurfing is a bad thing and how it's impacting the XDefiant community. Before I get into any of these videos, let me just deliver my own take on smurfing. I think smurfing is obviously a very scummy thing to do. It's not a cool thing to do. If you're a really experienced player and you need to go into these lower end lobbies to actually gain something out of it, then you are one miserable human being. But anyway, a lot of these people want to smurf to just play with their buddies who are low level, whatever, to boost them. And unfortunately, smurfing will always be a thing in gaming. There's not much developers can do. Trying to ban these accounts, I suppose, I can imagine it's a very difficult thing to keep your eyes on who is smurfing and who isn't. And obviously, because of XDefiant being a free-to-play game, smurfing will be more prominent. I will leave the links to all these videos down below if you want to go check them out, or just this channel. But right here you can see how do I create an account and what do I need to know about creating an account. And right here it says, except if specifically allowed within a particular service, you acknowledge that you may not create multiple accounts, aka smurfing. If we skip a bit back here, you can read the rules as well. The most important one here is that gives the account owner his or his teammates an unfair advantage or causes detriment to other players' experience. They are mostly referring here to smurfing. They are obviously not just outright saying smurfing, but they are obviously hinting and basically saying smurfing. Let's quickly talk about the state that XDefiant is in. Ranked is horrible. If anyone here disagrees with me, you are just delusional. Ranked is terrible. It's in a really terrible spot, and honestly the game has been going in a bit of a downward spiral since the release of season 1, basically since Mark Rubin has been on his little vacation break or whatever. But I don't know what is happening with XDefiant, but XDefiant was on such a good note when the game released, genuinely good feedback coming from the developers and good communication. Now it's so, I don't know how to put it, it's really vague what is going on. Okay, now before I put my Ubisoft partnership beyond the line, let's go over what has been going on in this video. I first want to make it clear that there is no real pro scene for XDefiant yet because custom games aren't a thing. Anyone who claims they are a pro player is probably just thrilled to be in the little team, but if you claim yourself to be a pro player, good on you. It's obviously safe to assume that most people in these higher ranks will be pro players, but for now, when I say pro player, I mean that term pretty loosely. And I'm going to be skipping forward here into this video. Like I said, you can watch this video down below, but essentially on the screenshot, this Paddy P is Aches. This guy right here, he is one of the lead developers working on XDefiant, but he's more into the competitive side, I guess. And before I say anything here, I just want to make it clear that the only evidence I actually have of this group is what Nytefall gave me through his videos or in our DMs, but I have no affiliation with this group, or I'm not in this group to actually be able to read what is going on here. But essentially in this group there's a lot of these pro players and Paddy P together. I guess this group was set up to be direct feedback from the skilled players to Paddy P, or to get competitive update. Here's the problem now. So Astonish basically says, but we've been in queue for 8 minutes, only one player found, so we gotta wait for more to get in. Then it's fine, I can wait, I'll just level a smurf or something and piss Nytefall. When I saw the screenshot the first time, I thought it was hilarious because I couldn't actually tell if this was a joke or if this actually happened. And to be fair, I didn't know about Astonish and Nytefall having this little drama thingy going on. But fact is, this guy is saying this, and it's quite ironic because he's obviously touched by Nytefall calling me out for being a smurf. But I'm not going to go into that. What is the main problem here is that Aches is basically ignoring the fact that this guy just talked about smurfing. And on his latest video, we get the screenshot of Paddy P calling out Rhythmias for intentionally throwing games to boost other people. That is the only thing he has said about this, which I think is hilarious. I don't know why X is not doing a good job in responding to people that are smurfing and all this, but on this competitive group there were worse things than just that. Okay, there were way worse things on this group that were shared. Now, Nytefall didn't specify if this was on a different group, but you could basically see people talking about cheating and stuff. And if this is on the same group, I would be pretty concerned if I was Aches, but I guess this guy just does not care at all. With Aches basically ignoring people talking about smurfing, it's essentially giving this false idea that Aches is greenlighting it. With this message being the only one actually addressing something, I think a lot of people got the wrong idea that smurfing is okay. So please, if you are a large streamer, listen, I highly doubt any of these people will even see this video to begin with, but if you're one of these big streamers, I feel like as a streamer that is streaming the competitive side of this game, which is already in a pretty miserable spot, and you are smurfing, dude, you are just creating this bad image for the community and making it seem like it is okay for people to smurf because we can do it, we are at the top. I think that is completely wrong, and I think something needs to be done about this, but of course it probably won't, because I mean, look at Paddy doing his job over here. Okay, Now I want to talk about these patch notes that XDefiant put out. Now, the patch notes that you see here were in effect, and you can read through them. Obviously, the snipers got nerfed again. However, for some reason, they put out this. Oh, by the way, we added a few extras in today's patch. Ping maximum is now set to 125. Input priority has been added to ranked matchmaking. Updated RP ranges to be wider for our matchmaking searcher. Now, I don't know about these two, but let me tell you, this one is an outright lie. This is not a thing, okay? I really don't know. I don't know why they said this. If this wasn't a thing that they added in this update, then don't say this because it's clearly not a thing. I can go in-game and prove this right now. When I read this, I was so excited, man. I logged into XDefiant just to try ranked and see if I can actually get a game. 3 minutes in, it switches me over to 230 ping back on US Central. They have said this in a previous update as well, and now they just add this in. I think we need Mark Rubin to return to actually properly address some of the things that are going on. I completely agree with whatever Nytefall said about smurfing. I think it's a really stupid thing to smurf, and then on top of that, stream it as well. This is kind of giving a weird vibe. I don't know how to put it. X is basically choosing to be more likable by the community, the pro scene community at least, over actually doing the right thing and calling these people out for their stupidity. But let me know down below what you think of this. I thought I could just shine a bit more light on this. I think this deserves way more attention. But yeah, with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.